Stop building. Put down the tools. Silence the kinetic noise. The period of expansion is officially over. You have spent the entirety of June pushing outward. You navigated the shockwaves. You merged the elements of fire and gravity, and you stripped away the illusions of the toxic fog. You have been running, building, and claiming territory. But the architecture of the universe does not allow for infinite, unchecked expansion. A skyscraper built too fast, without time for the concrete to cure, will inevitably collapse under its own weight. Today is June 28th. The cosmos has engaged its ultimate emergency brake. Look at the sovereign on your screen. She stands inside the raw, exposed machinery of the matrix. Above her, the colossal gears of time and progress have stopped, and with a heavy, terrifying mechanical groan, they are beginning to turn backward. Saturn, the Lord of Karma, the Master of Time, the ultimate CEO of your reality, has just stationed retrograde. For the next 4 months, the universe is putting your entire empire under a brutal, microscopic audit. Saturn is returning to the exact coordinates of your life to inspect the foundation you laid. If there is a single crack in your concrete, if there is a single parasite hidden in your contracts, if there is a single illusion left in your psychology, Saturn will not just expose it. Saturn will crush it. Welcome to the final reality check. The unawakened masses are terrified of retrograde energy. They view it as a punishment. They view it as a delay of their success. This is because the modern matrix has infected them with a lethal ideology, the belief that you must constantly be moving forward, constantly growing, constantly expanding. In biology, unchecked, continuous expansion without consolidation has a name. It is called cancer. True sovereigns understand the esoteric physics of construction. You cannot build the 100th floor of a tower if you have not descended into the dark to inspect the basement. Saturn retrograde is the descent. Over the next 4 months, the external doors of rapid opportunity will become incredibly heavy. The algorithms will slow down. The hyper-growth will stall. Do not panic. Do not try to force the gears to turn forward. If you apply kinetic pressure against a retrograde Saturn, you will shatter your own engine. You are not being delayed, you are being grounded. The Matrix is giving you a 4-month grace period to catch up to the massive energy you manifested in June. It is time to reinforce the load-bearing walls. To understand what Saturn will audit today, you must turn your memory back to the beginning of the month. Recall June 8th. The strict, uncompromising square between the Sun and Saturn. On that day, you experienced a massive systemic block. Plans fell through. People said no. You hit an impenetrable brick wall. On that day, you were given a directive. Stop fighting the wall, embrace radical silence, and forge an iron discipline. Saturn is now walking backward to check your homework. Did you actually build the roof? Or did you just wait for the rain to stop? Did you restructure your business model? Or did you just apply a temporary bandage and hope the system wouldn't notice? Did you cut the toxic dependencies? Or did you let them quietly sneak back into your inner circle when the pressure dropped? Saturn is the ultimate auditor, and he does not deal in excuses. He only reads the raw data of your actions. If you ignored the warning of June 8th and tried to build a heavy empire on a swamp of motivation and hype, the retrograde will forcefully sink your project. Let it sink. Do not mourn the collapse of a flawed structure. A structure that cannot survive a Saturn retrograde was never strong enough to hold your future wealth anyway. How do you weaponize a 4-month period of reversed time? How do you profit from the Great Halt? You shift your entire operational capacity from external expansion to internal scaling. 1. The audit of the machine. Do not launch the new franchise. Do not open the new territory. Instead, look at the units you already own. Audit the equipment. Calculate the amortization. Are you bleeding capital on inefficient processes? The millions you are looking for are not out there in the future. They are hidden in the optimization of the present. Tighten the bolts. Fix the code. 2. The repatriation of capital. Saturn retrograde is the ultimate period for debt collection, both financial and energetic. Call in the invoices. Demand the energy that is owed to you. Close the open loops that have been draining your psychological bandwidth. Pull your scattered energy back into your core vessel. 3. The stress test of the network. Over the next 4 months, people will naturally fall out of your life. Business partners will reveal their incompetence. Clients will suddenly leave. Let them go. The retrograde acts as a centrifuge, spinning at high speeds to separate the dense, loyal gold from the cheap, flaky dust. The empty space they leave behind is a structural requirement for your survival. The most difficult aspect of Saturn retrograde is not the business audit. It is the psychological crushing. You will experience days where you feel an immense, inexplicable heaviness, a profound sense of isolation. The dopamine hits of constant external validation will dry up. You will look at your empire and wonder if it is enough. You will face the cold, sterile reality of your own limitations. This is the hammer striking the anvil. Saturn is forging your psychological armor. He is systematically removing your reliance on external motivation, hype, and cheerleading. He is teaching you how to operate in the absolute dark. You are not truly sovereign until you can work for 4 months in total silence, receiving 0 applause, and still execute your daily blueprint with the cold precision of a machine. Do not seek escape from the heaviness. Lean into the gravity. When the depression of the retrograde attempts to paralyze you, respond with the micro-action. Do the boring administrative task. Organize the data. Clean the physical space. Prove to the matrix that your discipline is not dependent on the weather. Look at the archetype of the star. In the traditional tarot, the star is a symbol of soft hope and gentle healing. But in esoteric brutalism, the star is the cold, distant coordinate of absolute structural perfection. It does not offer you comfort, it offers you a blueprint. As the gears of reality lock into reverse today, do not look back with regret. Do not grieve the speed of the spring. You are stepping into the forge. You are entering the most critical 4 months of your year. Embrace the halt. Welcome the auditor. Open the ledgers and let Saturn inspect every single pillar of your existence. Let the weak structures fall. Let the illusions shatter. Because when Saturn finally turns direct in November, when the emergency brake is released and the gears of reality slam forward once again, you will not be a casualty of the pressure. You will be the architect of an empire that cannot be broken. The audit begins now. Lock the vault.